All right, let's jump right in. We're going to tackle a huge question today, one that's probably on your mind after all this learning. How do you actually take all this knowledge and use it to make a real-world impact? We're talking about how you become a true catalyst for social change. An agent of positive social change. This phrase is so much more than just a nice-sounding title. It's the goal, right? The end game. It's not just about understanding how the world works, but about getting in there and actively making it a better place. Pretty powerful stuff. But here's the big one, the question we all wrestle with. How? How do you actually make that jump? You've got all these theories and ideas swimming around in your head, but how do you connect those dots to things you can actually do? That gap, that's exactly what we're going to bridge today. So first things first, it really starts with a shift in how you see yourself. Before you can act the part, you've got to embrace the identity. So in our first section, let's really dig in to what it means to be an agent of change. I mean, think about it for a second. You've already done so much of the heavy lifting. You've poured weeks into exploring some really complex stuff, challenging your own ideas, and just cramming your brain with all this new information. That foundation, it's already built. But, and this is a big but, having all that information can sometimes feel a little, paralyzing. And that brings us to this really common hurdle. We call it the learning-doing gap, that giant chasm between knowing something and actually doing something about it. So, does this look familiar? Your course ends, your head is absolutely buzzing with theories, but when you look at your notes, they just feel scattered. You've got this fire inside you, this real desire to make a difference, but it's immediately followed by that sinking feeling of, okay, where on earth do I even start? Believe me, that is a super common, very real feeling. So, what's the secret? How do we bust through that wall of uncertainty? Well, the answer is in a really powerful, intentional process. Let's get into it. In Section 3, the power of synthesis. Synthesis is so much more than just writing a summary. It's a creative act. It's about taking all those different threads of knowledge you've collected and literally weaving them together into something totally new, something that's all yours, a powerful tapestry of understanding. And get this isn't just some abstract concept. There is a clear, specific instruction baked right into your course that's designed to do exactly this. It's the key that's going to unlock the practical power of everything you've learned. Okay, so this brings us to the how-to. How do you actually do this synthesis thing? Let's break it down into a simple framework. Here it is in Section 4, your 3-step catalyst. It's this beautifully simple but incredibly profound 3-part process. First, you reflect. You just take a moment to really think about everything you've covered. Second, you synthesize. You start connecting the dots and pulling out the absolute most important insights. And third, and this is the magic step, you apply them. You figure out how to use them in your own work, in your own life. Reflect, synthesize, apply. That's it. That's your roadmap from knowledge to action. And when you actually follow this framework, a real transformation starts to happen. This isn't just an exercise. This is the process that takes you from just having an idea to actually taking meaningful action on it. And I mean, just look at the shift here. It shows it perfectly. Before, you've got these scattered notes, this passive knowledge that's just kind of sitting there. But after, you have a focused plan for making an impact. Your learning becomes alive, dynamic. It turns into a toolkit of actionable insights you can put to work right away. So here's the main takeaway, the most important thing to remember. This whole act of synthesis, it is not just another assignment to check off your list. It's the moment the switch flips. It's the exact point where you go from being someone who just consumes information to being an active architect of change. So that leaves us with one final, and I think really powerful question to get you started. Just think back on everything you've learned so far. What is the very first insight you're going to apply? That's your starting line.